Hi guys, Erika Papa here, and today I'm back with a new tutorial on this simple fall glam. So we're just going to jump right into it. I'm applying the new Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer to my lids and just blending out. This is in the shade Macadamia. And I'm just quickly taking my Real Techniques beauty sponge and buffing that all over the lid. Next I'm going to go in with this Mercier palette. I believe it's called the Bohème Chic or the Bohemian Chic palette. And it has this really interesting translucent shade, or at least it says it's translucent, but there were sparkles in it. Anyways, I just used my E40 by Sigma to buff this all over the lid. And then I went in with this kind of pink transition shade that's in the palette. I was having a really hard time getting a lot of color payoff. This is supposed to be a like clay palette. I don't know if that means that it's supposed to be kind of a cream shadow, but no matter how much I was digging in with my brush, I really wasn't getting the payoff, especially with the mattes. So you will see me go in with a Huda Beauty palette after this, just because I was not getting the color payoff that I desired. So because of that, I decided to go in with one of the shades from the top row, which was a shimmer, and this one did apply a lot better, but it was sticking really weird to the lid, especially when I started blending on my other eye. You guys will see in a second here. And I just had a really hard time with this palette overall. You guys will watch this struggle, but it did blend nicely. It just took a long time to get the desired look, and I have so many palettes that blend better than this. I love Laura Mercier's complexion and face products, but this palette was not it for me. It was really like sticking in certain spots, and the translucent powder actually made it hard for me to get any shadow from any brand to apply right to the lid. As you can see, I tried to use the champagne in the palette and it just wasn't even adhering to the lid properly. So then I decided to go in with the Huda Beauty Remastered Rose Gold palette, and I used the shade Bubbly, and this is a really pigmented shade. I ended up really liking this palette, by the way, and I went in with this one and I still was puzzled. So I ended up having to spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray, and then I was able to finally get that pigmentation and that metallic look that I desired. I just grabbed this Jouer bronzer duo. I really love this bronzer duo, and I just used this in the transition to warm it up a bit and blend everything together, make sure everything was seamless and there was no harsh lines. And then I went in with my favorite liner at the moment, which is this liquid liner by Makeup Revolution, and then I used this sleek kohl in my waterline. And then I went in with this Morphe micro brow pen in the shade Latte, I believe, and just brushed them out. And then I used this Stila Stay All Day watercolor brow pen in dark on the top of my brows. I love this pen. Just going in with my tried and true Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. When I like a product, I really stick to it. You guys are going to see a lot of patterns here. But I did go in with this Cover FX Blurring Primer, primarily in the T-zone and around the nose area, just to fill in any pores. Before I go in with foundation, I'm just giving my face a good old spritz of this primer water by Smashbox, and then I'm going to fan it off and go in with my Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula. I never use the doe foot on the face. I really like to keep it sanitary, so I'm just going on the back of my hand as a palette and buffing it in with this Cosmakery buffing brush. And then I did want it to be super full coverage, so I did go back in with another layer really quickly with my beauty sponge and tapped everything out. And then I'm using the Jouer concealer underneath the eyes. Here's the tea. I don't know how I feel about this just yet. I'm going to continue using it. Today you'll see the setting powder that I used with it, but I've tried it twice now and I just don't think it's an under eye concealer, but I will get back to you guys with my final thoughts, probably in my monthly favorites at the end of the month. I was not feeling the foundation lip, so I had to wipe that off real quick, but then I'm just going to go in with my Airspun powder and my blender. and put that right under the eyes, not too much though. And then I'm going to dust the rest of the face with this larger Sigma powder brush. And I do realize that there's a crazy line of demarcation around my neck. I did fix that, and then I bronzed my neck really quickly. And then I'm going to go in with this Milani blush. And this is a little bit of a shimmery blush, but it is beautiful. And this like really fluffy Morphe brush. And I'm just putting this over my entire cheek area to give it a nice healthy glow. And applying it to the rest of the face as well. Anyone else do that with their blush? So now I'm just going to spray my face. You're going to see me do this quite a few times because I was feeling really dry. So I'm going in with a sponge and just making sure that that's all like melting the makeup together. I really wanted this blush to look like skin and not shimmer, so I went ahead and sprayed my brush and applied it again and just kind of went over the cheeks and just melted it all. And then I'm going in with this Love Light highlighter by Too Faced and this Sigma brush, and wow, I have not reached for this for I don't know what reason. I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me, but this is like one of those highlighters that just makes your skin look wet. It is so finely milled and beautiful. Props to Too Faced because you guys did that. You guys are gonna laugh, but this is actually a brush I bought at like a craft store years ago, and it's so precise that I love it for nose highlight. Nose highlight has just become one of those things that I can't live without recently. And I'm going in with this Physicians Formula mascara. I've been obsessed with this. I know I showed this in my unboxing, but it lengthens and it just curls and it just does everything I need it to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, we are going to go in with falsies anyways, but first I'm just going to line my lips with this LA Splash Cosmetics lip liner in this shade Belvedere. It's this perfect berry lip for the fall and autumn season, and I take forever to line my lips, so bear with me. Doctor, doctor, give me my drug. Overdose, comatose, you're my... It's really, really hard to like do a dark lip like this and not get anything outside of the lines, especially when you're going over it so many times. So if I ever mess up or go out of the lines, I will just grab a really small detailed brush and touch it up with either concealer or foundation. I'm going to go in with this Lawless Lip in Dane. It is such a beautiful liquid lipstick. The formula of these are incredible and they smell amazing too. I was definitely feeling myself with this lip. So after taking a step back to evaluate the look, I really just was feeling like putting black in my waterline, which I rarely ever do. I didn't necessarily want to smoke it out on the lower lash line, I just wanted to add some definition to my eyes. The primer water is excellent at melting all the makeup together, but I just didn't want to look super greasy throughout the day, so I went and touched up, and then I just went and added on lashes and put my hair in. And here is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial. This is one of my favorite fall go-to looks, just a simple eye and a bold lip. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, I will see you guys later.